I'm going to do a love reading and I'm using my Royalty deck. It's actually my newest deck of tea leaf reading cards. It's a collection of very soft images. It's rather romantic in this deck. I actually quite like it. It's a different collection of cards. There's 45 cards in this deck. There's a lot of the common symbols that I've had in my other decks, but I've actually added a couple of different ones in this particular range. So I'm going to do a love reading today, and it's a common tarot spread actually, called Tarot Love Pyramid. So we'll use the scenario of a young couple, recently separated. They've been together for many years, have a couple of children, and it looks like things are not quite coming together for them. So we'll just have a quick reading. Right, position one, I'll post the positions at the end so you can pause your video to have a look. So position one is about the current situation. Position two is how the man feels about the woman. Position three, how the woman feels about the man. So I'll just layer these a little. Position four, the nature of the relationship, which is about between them. Position five is the obstacles. Position six is the lessons and signs, things around they need to learn. Position seven is the hopes, fears or guidance card. Position 8 is the challenges. Position 9 also represents challenges, and position 10 is the outcome. We can expand this at the end by one card, but let's go through the positions first. So current situation there is the key. Now the key tells me that there is openings or opportunities for this couple, and it's good opportunities key represents, usually to unlock something. In this case it would be to unlock the problems that is between them and why they are separated. How the man feels about the woman. Now the mushroom is an interesting sign because it usually represents things that are rather toxic, can be about illness, but we're talking about a relationship here. So it would tell me about how he feels about her. He actually is viewing her in quite a dark light. Mushroom here can be where he sees her as insignificant, rather small, and some other toxic thought processes that's going through his head regarding her. How she feels about him, we still actually have the rose, which tells me she still has feelings, love, romance. It's often a card to show honour and respect. So it's like she is looking at him in a far better light than he is looking at her. Position 4, the nature of the relationship. The bat here is one of the new symbols in this card deck. The bat here, as in the nature of the relationship, it actually tells me both of them literally are in the dark. It can mean literally flapping around blindly, but they're both quite intelligent. They both have a good skill set and know the direction that they need to go, but it's almost like they're lost in the dark. The position 5, obstacles, you've got the castle or the tower, some people call it. The tower here would tell me position 5, is obstacles. It means loneliness, ultimately. It's a very similar meaning to tower in Lenormand or castle in Lenormand. And this would mean they both feel a little bit isolated, they both feel a little bit lonely, and it's a shame because there is still some passion on her side, but his side, he's feeling rather toxic. Again, flapping around, both of them in the dark, not knowing what they're doing. The cat here is about the lessons and signs in this relationship. And this cat here would tell me very fickle views. A cat here can be comfortable 1 minute and claw you at the back of you the moment you turn. And it would tell me that there's some issues going on. And yes, lessons and signs is maybe not be so fickle in the relationship. Cat can tell me also that there's interfering body in the relationship, and doesn't automatically mean straight away, oh, there's another party. Quite often people jump to conclusions and automatically think, oh, he's having an affair or she's having an affair. But the cat here often tells me there's an interfering party within this relationship. Position 7, hopes, fears or guidance. The tunnel here is a beautiful card for future or certainly some hopes and things to guide you. Tunnel means step out of the darkness, literally get into the light. And the tunnel often sees where you can see forward the light, but you're too afraid of standing back in the shadows to actually move forward into the light. It does tell me there is opportunities for this relationship to actually turn around. The hardest part will be turning around his thought processes. The challenge here we have is the sword. Well, the number one challenge in this relationship is the two are currently separated. So the sword here again tells me both need to step up to the plate, both need to be the warrior within themselves and come forth, and don't be afraid to literally man up, as we would say. The number 9 position is also about challenges. Boat would tell me, or ship would tell me, extremely slow. So it is a card that moves forward, but does move forward very, very slow. The moon here as an outcome is often tells me about entering a whole new phase of life for this couple. It is very emotional and it often represents the mirror. In the very old days, T symbol of a moon would be take a look at your reflection in the river by the light of the moon. So it means hold up the mirror to this relationship for each party. So when we also look at T though, unlike some type of oracle cards, directions are very important. So for instance, we have the ship here pointing to the sword. So the ship is actually sailing into the sword. This here would tell me things are moving forward very slowly, but to me it's actually moving here to the sword, which means to be moving more away from the relationship rather than moving to the relationship. Things that they need to look at and fix the problems. Sword is pointing to bat. Now bat here is the nature of the relationship, where I said they are flying in blindly, flapping about. Literally it means cut that action. So it would tell me cut the blindness, cut the flapping around, use the skill set that they both have and look at things realistically. So this is just a very short reading of about tarot and love. We can expand by one card, which I would do on the last position for the outcome. So in this situation, child or baby. Child here doesn't mean automatically, oh, quick, let's get back together and have children. It does tell me this relationship needs looking at with fresh new eyes. It needs more joy, it needs more love, it needs renewal. And this is going to be a very tough time to try and get this relationship renewed. Like I said, these two being challenges, and this here of his thought processing, looks like this is going to be an uphill battle. With this being such a negative card, I'm actually likely to lay out that particular card because what's going on and how can he change his negative view. The book here tells me he really needs to sit back, look at the lessons in this relationship, learn from it and begin a new chapter in himself. So I do hope that helps understand a little more about T cards, and this is just a tarot love pyramid. Thank you for looking.